I'm Liz Ntonjira, currently the communication manager for East, Central and West Africa at IBM. We were only 3 people from Kenya who had been nominated for those international awards. 2 of us won. For me, the award is significant because it shows the youth that they have so much potential. The industry itself has so much potential. Additionally, I think the award takes cognizance of the role that non-technical skills in ICT play. It's a huge ecosystem and you need this non-technical skills. I'm of the opinion that the primary objective of any tech initiative or project is driven by the need to solve a particular problem. In Africa, you agree with me, not just here in Kenya, we have so many problems. But how do we leverage tech in solving some of these problems? Just recently, we used a micro-lending platform that is blockchain enabled in collaboration with Trigger Foods in accessing finance to these young food kiosk vendors. When we look at South Africa, we're trying to work in ways to monitor air pollution. When we go back to South Africa, again, we're trying to use IoT to combat issues to do with poaching. When we come back to Western Kenya, we're trying to combat malaria using AI. So these are some of the things that drive tech enthusiasts. And for me, that's why I'm so passionate about this. The fact that you can make a change in the society. You know, the common mwananchi does not care what technology you use. They know a problem is being solved. Just to see that smile on that person that this has impacted on really drives and motivates me. Public policy is essentially looking at the public interest. What is the common good? As I've just earlier mentioned, the sector continues to grow rapidly. And in that growth, it's impacting in communities, in our day-to-day lives, to the mama mbogas, to the executive in the boardroom. It's impacting them either directly or indirectly. The issue of overregulation is when we have too many policies, too many legislations and rules on what to do and what not to do, and then deregulation is completely detaching government from any policies. I think there should be a balance of both. Because when you're dealing with, issues to do with public interest, and ICT, according to the Kenya Economic Survey, contributed at least a quarter of Kenya's GDP in 2014. So I think it would be a good thing to have policies that are conducive and that facilitate technological advancements, but at the same time, policies that still uphold competition within the sector. One thing for sure that I've always reiterated, whether it's in public debates, whether it's in a social debate, is when we are engaging in discussions to do with policy. Just because of this particular cause, I've been able to grasp, acknowledge and understand why government runs the way it runs. It's so funny that everybody else in the private sector imagines they can do the job in the public sector much better than the people who are there and how they execute it. But that's far from the truth. I think it's really important for anybody who wants to hold a position in the public sector, who wants to interact with the public sector, to just learn and understand how the public sector works. How do you come up with policies? What kind of stakeholders do you involve? When we're talking about public interest and public good, what are you talking about? Another key thing is just the core units that are provided. For instance, theory of negotiations, strategic management, global economics, public finance. Some of those key core units really enlighten you on how you do business with other countries and what kind of policies are in those other countries. For instance, we operate in 170 countries. So you can imagine the media landscape, the stakeholder landscape, the policy landscape is completely different within those jurisdictions. So how do you circumvent your way to understand how policy works in those areas. So for me, it's been a really great course to do.